All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, giving double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in this truth with sincerity. Shalom to the few sisters that watch. It's coming back with another lesson. This just, got curious, or the Lord put the spirit upon me to look into world events increasing, in 2026. But, this is just really throughout history. I did weather as well, but we'll look into that too. But it says in 2026, global attention centers on escalating geopolitical tensions, persisting armed conflicts in regions like the Middle East, Ukraine, and Sudan, and rising humanitarian crisis. It says concurrently major technological shifts, such as artificial intelligence, integrations and milestones in commercial and crewed space exploration, continue to accelerate worldwide. So you have these escalating tensions and conflicts rising, throughout history, worldwide. It says rising geopolitical friction affecting international bodies like the UN Security Council. Ongoing and shifting flashpoints across Eastern Europe and Middle East and parts of Africa. And we know, we still got the conflict between Iran and the United States going on. We have Russia, Ukraine going on, amongst many other wars that we don't even hear about, man. Like in Africa, you have wars going on all throughout Africa, man. Which is more little, proxy wars, which are probably most likely initiated by America or some other European country, man, trying to take resources and things of that nature, putting the people against each other, making them think that they're enemies, when all together, the Edomites are the enemies. Salakia. But I also looked up natural disasters increasing. So it says, yes, weather and climate related natural disasters are increasing significantly in both frequency and intensity. According to organizations like the World Meteorological Organization and the United Nations, the number of recorded climate-driven disasters has multiplied over the past 50 years. This rise is heavily reflected in economic data. The United States experienced 23 separate billion-dollar weather events in 2025 alone. So, what this boils down to is the Lord visiting the earth, man. And it's all sparked by this word going out. This is making things happen throughout the earth, by way of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. But us preaching this word, chanting Babylon down, bringing the truth out, revealing the truth, is having a direct effect on the climate, as well as relations, between these nations. So let's just go to the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2. You see, man of lawlessness. So we'll just drop down to verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that falling away happened, with the Israelites, 70 AD. We haven't been, we haven't been back in the land since we were exiled, and through that came the slavery, and forgetting your heritage. Salaki. Through being scattered, taking on the other nations' customs, being brutally beaten, brutally tortured, and throughout time, we forgot who we were. So we had a falling away ever since 70 AD, uh, and that was the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levite, which ultimately made up what you would call the Jews today, Southern Kingdom. It says, and that man, Salaki, and that man of sin be revealed, son of perdition, going into Esau, Edom. The man of sin, the wicked, and he's being revealed. And this is causing a wave, throughout the earth, man. We just read about it. The nations, war, economic problems, natural disasters, all this stuff is increasing as the word is going out. It says, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, for or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, which we know that is false. He wants to be like our Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But it's impossible, man. He's been fooled, man. The Lord put the spirit upon him to, think that he's above the creator, man, which is totally crazy, So let's go to verse 5. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Verse 6, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. That's what's going on. He's being revealed in this present day and time, on a high level, going all throughout internet, out on the highways and hedges, revealing who this devil is, man. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let. And that's the Most High, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, is let this man rule the earth. And now his time is up. The Lord set up kings, make it rich and he make poor, man. He set kings up and also, dethrone them, which is what's going to happen when the Lord actually comes back. So it says, until he be taken out of the way. And his time is almost up. Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. The Lord is consuming this devil with the spirit of his mouth by way of the prophets. The Lord is not actually physically going to come down and speak to the masses of people. He's doing that, through the Holy Spirit, through the prophets, man. So it says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So when the Lord comes back, man, it's gonna be a great scene, man, a beautiful scene. We can only imagine all those chariots and the fathership, man, coming down, wrecking shop, man, on Babylon the Great. It's gonna be beautiful. Wrecking shop in the Middle East. It's gonna be beautiful, man. The so-called Middle East. It's gonna be beautiful to see. Lord willing, we're watching it from above. looking down on the destruction, Lord willing. Verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And we see, man, the man is poisoning the food. He's promoting poison shots, making men into women, women into men, doing all manner of evil to babies, kids, children, all this, man. Verse 10, it says, and with all deceivableness and of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So it's going to be 2/3 of our people here in America to get caught up in this, man. Not to mention you Edomites and the other nations that want to make a place here. But 2/3 of our people are going to fall victim to this devil, man. And the Lord is going to ultimately punish you, man, for taking that MOTB. So let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. Hey, man, the destruction of Babylon the Great is all throughout the scriptures, man. You have people talking about, oh, that's the Old Testament. Man, what are you talking about, man? What about the prophecies that have yet to be fulfilled? Like this one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And that dust represents confusion. And daughter of Babylon, when you go into Babylon, it's Babal, which means confusion. We can look that up too. Babylon, Babal. So this, it's just the Lord going and taking this place out. Babal or Babylon, confusion, So this place is going to be confounded, man. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, because once everything is said and done, it's going to be one rulership, man. And that's going to be the Israelites, starting with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So Babylon the Great is going to be no more. It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All these people walking around proud, bragging, America the Great, God bless America. All that's going to be out the window, man. People going to be walking around looking real stupid in a minute, especially when them chains hit them. They ain't going to understand what's going on, man. But they going to know that it's over. And that tender and delicate place they used to live in, comfort they used to have, it's going to be over, man. So verse 2, it says, take the millstones and grind the mill. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river. So, it's straight exposure. You're being uncovered, man. By how? By the spirit of by the mouth of the prophets, by way of the Lord speaking through the men on the highways and hedges and doing these lessons, man. Starting with Apostle Hall down, man. Hey, we got great leadership, man. Regardless of what these other people out here might think, we know we on the right side, man. So this is verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man. What does that mean? What does that mean, man? The Lord is coming as a supernatural, angelic force upon this place, man. Unstoppable force, that's going to take over this place and ultimately destroy it, man, and set his kingdom up. And we going to be on that side of the rulership, man. Can't wait. Can't wait to see you Edomites' faces, man. We can't wait to see you other nations' faces in that day, So Things are going to continue to increase. Natural disasters, conflicts, economic stress, all these things are going to continue to happen, man. You know, the Lord is making it happen. So this is just a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to constantly give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakwadash. Shalom.